Greetings, Queen Yenn here, hailing everyone up from the beautiful land of Puerto Rico, giving thanks for everyone who is on my timeline and all the good stuff who is from Puerto Rico. I have been given some suggestions. I have been taking some of the suggestions. I've been having so much fun here. Just so many beautiful sights, so many beautiful things to do. The beaches are gorgeous. The rainforest is off the chain. I love it. So giving thanks to everyone who gave suggestions and who have been keeping me in their prayers for traveling prayers. So although I'm traveling, I just had to do this meditation, being that it's the last one of this calendar year. And we're moving into this, what many are considering to be a new year. Y'all know I say that because, I understand that winter solstice is the start of a new sun cycle, which is, I consider to be a start of a new life cycle. And so I kind of consider that my new year. That's when I'm really thinking about, what I'd like to accomplish during this new life cycle, sun bringing the life and us being a reflection of the sun, having that life force energy. So I just wanted to come with a topic that we can bring into this new, what we're calling this new year. Just something to contemplate, something to contemplate. And that's what this topic this morning is all about. So the title of this contemplation is To Effort or To Allow. The role effort plays in allowing. The role effort plays in allowing. I'm just going to read from my notes a bit and we're going to jump right in. I speak about the necessity for us to approach our journey from a place of allowance versus efforting. I talk about that all the time. Let's allow instead of effort. Allow instead of effort. Flow with it and allow instead of making it happen. Many times when we are inspired or have a heart's desire, we either are immediately inspired to act or we have absolutely no idea how we're going to accomplish this desire or this thing that we're inspired about. It's at this point where we are somewhat at a fork in the road. Do we allow this thing to unfold or do we effort? Do we make it happen? Oftentimes we ask ourselves, okay, what do I need to do now? We start to think about the how, we start to take action. And so many times when I'm with clients or friends or I'm just reasoning with people, it's like, Queen, so, we have to effort. Are you saying don't make any efforts? Or I hear things like, I thought it's up to me to know the how. I immediately go into this mindset of, okay, how do I make this happen? It's just like by default, you go into that mode. So almost when I'm saying allowing, it almost is going against the natural reaction to being inspired. The natural reaction is, all right, I'm inspired to do this. I'm excited. All right, I need to make this happen. So I want to just reason about what is it to do these, to make this effort, this efforting. And then it's allowing. I want to start with just, per usual, I want to talk about the meaning or the essence of each of these words, effort and allow. Let's start with effort. And the etymology or the original essence or meaning of this word, where this word is derived from. For effort, it is laborious attempt, strenuous exertion, force, impetuosity, which is acting or doing something quickly without thought. To force out, to exert oneself, voluntary exertion. That is all effort. Let me repeat that. Effort, the original essence to this word is laborious attempt, strenuous exertion, force, impetuosity, acting or done quickly without thought. Force out, exert oneself, voluntary exertion. Now let's talk about allow. Stemming from allowing, to commend, to praise, to approve of, be pleased with, appreciate the value of, also to take into account or give credit for, to recognize or admit as valid, to sanction or permit. Let me repeat that again. Stemming from allowing, to commend, to praise, to approve of, be pleased with, appreciate the value of, also to take into account or give credit for, to recognize, to admit as valid, to sanction or permit. So now let's just looking at, if I look at effort, laborious attempt, strenuous exertion, force, impetuosity, acting or done quickly without thought, to force out, to exert oneself, voluntary exertion. First of all, it already sounds tiring. I don't want effort. But the reality is, when I think about the word effort as well, I don't necessarily think about it like all effort is like tiring, because when your efforts are inspired, it doesn't feel tiring. Like, for instance, before now, like writing, like even though I have a published book that I am still very proud of and happy with and all those different things, and looking to do a continuance, write another one I'm working on now. By the way, the book is Rear Them Well, Practical Tools for Raising a Genius. And the second one that I'm working on is Parenting as a Spiritual Act. Writing has been just something that's like, I don't want to make that effort. You know, whatever I can do, because somebody give me the secret on how that's not an effort. Because I think I just was not, I wasn't coming from a place of inspired to write. I was very inspired about the topic, very happy about the topic. I can see the vision of me speaking. More so, my vision was me speaking about these things. It wasn't writing about these things. I don't think I ever made an effort to visualize the writing process, because I just never been inspired to write. But in this space and time, 5 years later, you know, or 6 or 7 years later, all of this writing is being done, you know, working on this book. And it feels great. It doesn't feel like exertion. It doesn't feel like labor, but it's an effort. It's an everyday effort. Even when I'm not writing a meditation or something like that, I'm making an effort to do this writing on these principles that I'm reasoning about as far as spirituality goes, or as far as mindset, or how to live a more blissful life. And so I give that as an example because, yes, it's taking an effort, but it doesn't feel like, you know, laborious attempts, strenuous exertion. It doesn't feel that way. And so the first contemplation I have is, all right, if I'm thinking about the role that effort plays in allowing, is effort comes with the territory. We have to make an effort. We can't just sit around and just things would just drop out of the sky. I know that to be true. You know, it's the doing of something. As human beings, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So an effort is necessary. My contemplation leads me to, well, maybe it's the type of effort. Maybe it's the type of effort. Maybe it's how you think about the effort. Maybe it's your perception of the effort that you have to take. Maybe it's what efforts you're making. And really, ultimately, the question that really came up as I contemplated is, what does it feel like? Because that's what really shows if your effort is something done from a place of resistance or fear or anxiety, or is the effort coming from a place of inspiration, you know, or a place where your effort is, you know, you're still allowing as you are efforting, all right? Because in this allowance piece, when we looked at the etymology, the allowance is saying, what stuck out to me was you appreciate the value of that vision. You appreciate the value of that inspiration. That's deep to me. And that allowing piece, that's something deep to think about. To allow is to appreciate the value of your inspired action, the value of your desire. And that value comes because as a spiritual being who have your own unique essence about yourself, everything that you're inspired to do or all of your heart's desire has a value for you and for the world as a whole, because it's a oneness piece. And so there's a value in your inspiration, in your heart's desires. It's not just for you. There's a value in it. And also, what stuck out to me for this allowing is to sanction or to permit. I am permitting this. I am allowing it, to recognize, to give credit to approve of. All of that leads to, for me, all of that makes me feel like I'm becoming one with what I'm inspired to do, with my desires. I'm becoming one with it. I'm not fighting against it. I'm not running to it. I'm not running from it. I'm not chasing it. I'm just going to become one with it. And there's a way that you can do that. And so that takes you from a place of totally efforting without allowing, to where now that you become one with your heart's desire or what you're inspired to do or your vision or those type of things, now you have this level of flow with it. So now you can allow from a place of value. I value it. And so, no, I would not allow it to be a burden for me. No, I would not run from it. And yes, I'm going to allow it instead of chase after it, because I know it's mine. It's already done. There's a sense of knowing. I noted as I reflect upon both meanings, I ponder allow versus effort, allow or allow and effort. One can be in a state of allowance and be inspired to act. One could be in the process of an effort and be in a state of allowance. The important thing to be mindful of is, how do you feel? When you become inspired to do something or identify a desire, do you feel inspired, empowered, powerful, excited, etc.? Or do you feel resistance, fear, anxiety, worry, stress, a sense of lack? Which one do you feel? Allowance is a state of knowing. It's a state of validation, a state of affirmation, a state of submittance, and a state of oneness. You becoming one with your desire, with what you've been inspired to do. So there lies the important question. How do you feel when you are inspired about something? How do you feel? And from that feeling, it's most likely going to stem how you move forward at that fork in the road that I mentioned. Am I going to effort? Am I going to allow? What I'm thinking or feeling is that I think it's both. I know that in allowance, when you become one with something, you can really see the beauty and the God in everything. You can really see it. You can feel it. It's where you can accomplish things and feel a level of peace, a level of joy, a level of it's like it's a level of, like, you feel like it's your birthright. It's yours. You feel a level of oneness. I don't even know how else to describe it. I'm putting myself in that place where I feel excited. When I see a vision, I feel excited. And so that's where we want to be with our visions and our desires. And I am saying that it definitely takes a level of allowance, so you won't fall into that stress or fear or worry or anxiety and all those different things that will literally take you out physically, even spiritually, emotionally. It would drain you, and that's not what we're here for. We're not here to be inspired and to be drained. to be inspired and to feel like it's a burden. You know, we're not here to allow our vision to become a burden. We're here to realize that we are one with the source of life that created the worlds. And thus, as conscious, breathing, intelligent beings, we can create so much. And from this level of consciousness and intelligence, and also being spiritual beings, you know, the power that we have is just limitless. But we have to remember who we are. We have to remember who we are and our power. We have to remember that. And so, speaking of remembrance, that's what we're going to do today in our meditations. What I'd like to do in our meditation today is practice this state of allowance. Practice this state of allowance. Because when you practice the state of allowance, even in your efforts, you know, you come from a place of peace. You come from a place of power, joy, and gratitude. And that's the place we want to come from, okay? So it's not really all about, do I effort or do I allow? It's, I allow even in my efforting, you know. I allow in whatever place I am, space and time I am, that's whatever is taking from me, I still allow. And we have to put ourselves in that space a lot of times. Because as spiritual beings having human experience, we feel. We deal with things, you know, we question ourselves, we doubt ourselves sometimes. So we have to make the effort a lot of times to put ourselves in a place of allowance before we move forward, even in our efforting or whatever else that we're doing. So we're going to practice this space of allowing, and we're going to do that today through breathing and remembrance. Breathing and remembrance, or affirmation, you know. I see remembrance as remembering who I am, okay? Remembering who I am. And I say either remembrance, you can look at it as remembrance, or affirmation, which is the common thing or common word. Either way, it's the same, like affirming who I am, you know, affirming that. And it's beautiful if you can do this daily, every day. It's beautiful I do it throughout the day. I have to do it throughout the day. Because there are times where I just look at my vision and like, this is a big vision. It's a lot happening. Even with not even the big vision, like just small tasks or small things that I know I need to do or accomplish, you know. So we're going to practice that today. And we're going to do it. First, we're going to do some breathing as we usually do. And then we're just going to sit with ourselves and sit in a place of remembrance or affirmation, okay? So I'm going to take us through a breathing exercise, and then as we sit with ourselves, just in our being, not thinking about anything, not focusing on anything, but just being, I'd like to offer some words of remembrance or affirmation. And this is something that you can practice on a regular, where you put yourself in a place of just being, and then you offer words of remembrance or affirmation into yourself, to your vibration, out into the universe. So you're stirring it up within yourself, and of course, it goes outward, you know. It's from inward out. From inward out. That's why it's so important. How do you feel? Because no matter what you're saying, no matter what it's how you're vibrating. Your world become a vibrational match to you, how you're feeling, what you're vibrating. And so we want to vibrate on a high frequency of power, peace, love, joy, gratitude, all those beautiful things. All right? So get yourself in a comfortable position. Make sure you're fully comfortable. I'm going to start with the breathing, as I stated. Breathing is just so powerful. It's so soothing. It's so empowering. It stimulates the power within yourself, within your whole being. And so breathing is definitely a great tool. All right. Now that you're comfortable, let's just focus on our breath. Taking deep inhales in through your nose. And slowly, completely exhaling. Feeling your body release. Feeling your mind release. Not focusing on any thoughts. Just focus on deep inhales. And slow, complete exhales. And feel yourself relax. Release all of the tension you tend to hold in your shoulders, in your forehead, in your jaw. Just release it. Inhaling and exhaling. Feel your body releasing all the tension in your arms, in your legs. You should now start to feel the energy in your fingers, the energy in your toes. Once you relax, you can really feel the life force energy flowing all the way through you. Just focus on that. Breathing and feeling this energy that we naturally have as spiritual beings in this human experience. Feeling the energy of Mama Earth flowing all through your body. That's the same energy of the ocean, the same energy of fire, the same energy of the sun, of the moon, same energy of the wind. Feel all of that energy flowing through you as you continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. This is the same energy that make seeds grow into huge oak trees and bamboo trees and all these different beautiful vegetation all around the world. It's the same energy that assists with the embryo growing into beautiful, intelligent, breathing, conscious beings. The same energy that created the worlds, that created you, that flow through the blood of you, that flow through the blood of your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather. Just sit in that energy. Nothing to think about, nothing to do. Just breathe and feel the energy flowing through you. If you feel compelled, you can visualize. But it's not even necessary to make the effort to visualize. You can just be and just feel. The effort is just to be. Nothing to connect to. Nothing to be accountable for. Nothing to rush and do or think about or think through. Just be. Deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now just relax and be. Softly listen to the words of affirmation that I am offering as you continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just connect with the words softly, allowing them to resonate with you. I am grateful for inspiration. I'm grateful for all of my heart's desires. I'm grateful for my vision. Being able to see and feel and imagine those things that I desire. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to expand. I am one with the source of life of the universe. I choose peace as I walk this journey. I choose to allow as I walk this journey. I release stress. I release worry. I release anxiety and fear. I release the how, and I choose to allow. I welcome divine inspiration and guidance. I welcome ease. I choose to flow with this journey, knowing that all is divinely ordered, and I am the chosen vessel for my journey. I know everything is already done. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. You may choose to state your own affirmations to yourself, those that resonate with you. I'm going to repeat these affirmations, and you may allow them to resonate, or you may have your own affirmations, those things that you are affirming for yourself that's necessary for your own individual journey. But remember and affirm in this moment as you just allow yourself to be this powerful being, all of this energy flowing through you and extending from you. I am grateful for inspiration. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to expand. I'm grateful to realize my heart's desires. I'm one with the source of life of the universe. I choose peace. I choose to allow. I release the stress. I release the worry. I release the anxiety. I release the fear. I release the how, and I choose to allow. I welcome divine inspiration and guidance, and I welcome ease. I choose to flow with my journey. I know that all is divinely ordered, and I am the chosen vessel for this journey. I know and I affirm that everything is already done. Deep breath in and release. Just sit with that peace. Sit with that joy. Sit with that happiness. I know just even thinking about the power and the possibilities and my divinity just makes me smile. It gives me a sense of joy. Just sit with that. This is a way that we can put ourselves in a state of allowance, in a place where we can allow and be inspired to act. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with making efforts. Let's just remember that let's move from a place of inspiration, always asking ourselves, how do I feel? Do I feel fear? Do I feel worry? Do I feel doubt? Do I feel anxiety? Or do I feel inspired to do this? Do I feel at peace? Do I feel powerful? Do I feel empowered? And that's the place where we want to come from. I pray that this has been impactful for you, and this is something that you can carry on your journey. And the breathing exercise we did with the affirmative, the affirmations and the remembrance can be a strategy that you can use to walk this journey from a place of allowance and power and peace, instead of walking this journey where we feel like our vision becomes our burden. All right. Much peace, many blessings to you, and I will see you on the next motivation and meditation, which will be in 2020. I cannot believe, and I'm so grateful that we have come to be able to see this new cycle of life that I'm looking forward to living. All right. Much peace, many blessings.